Hello everyone and welcome back to more Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Today we're going to be going to the Sky Schooner Docks.
Ready to take off into the wild blue with Skyland's greatest pilot?
You bet, Flynn.
Aces! Let's go. Oh yeah, that's two for me! But who's counting? Oh yeah, I am. All we need to do is find their elite airship, take it down, and steal their golden propeller. See? Simple. This is gonna be a piece of cake, especially for heroes like us. Heroes who like cake.
Alright, let's go get that propeller. Also, we can view a Skylander's abilities by pressing the minus button. So far, yeah, Spyro doesn't have much, but we can get his Earth Pound whenever we find a Soul Gem, which you don't find for quite a while, funnily enough. But anyway, let's get a move on. Because we got quite a bit to do, and if you notice, there's a fairy flying around. She will be important later on. Alright, fine, I'll swap the Trigger Happy again. Not that I'm really complaining, I like Trigger Happy. But it's funny how many tech zones there are in this, at least in the early game. I never really noticed that. At least, like, yeah, I guess tech zones, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and make our way over here. Destroy these Drow, because good lord. And maybe Trigger Happy will be able to get to level 2. That'll be nice. Especially since he's a lot of fun to use right now. Because, man, pressing the A button over and over again is a lot of fun when using him, just because it's weirdly satisfying. Anyway, let's go open up this gate. Grab some cash, and then we can make our way down here. And there's going to be a turret that we can get on, but good lord, those are going to fire at us. Alright, so let's get inside this turret. And hopefully my sensor bar is going to cooperate with me. I got to hold it, like, near my rib cage, just because. Alright, or near my ribs. Also, if you noticed, each element actually has a different type of projectile. For life, they fire watermelons, which are rather strong. Meanwhile, tech, they fire a lot faster and fire little tech symbols. Or, like, little gears, I guess. Yeah, more so gears. Also, I did not mean to shoot that poor blimp down. Oops, my bad. Then again, I could definitely see Trigger Happy accidentally doing that. Oh, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue to destroy these Drow ships, and another balloon's going to be on its way. Let's go ahead and get some extra cash, I guess. Not that these are really worth all too much, because they're just literally, like, all the gems, despite their colors and everything, literally are, like, give the exact same amount. I think except the blue ones, but I could be wrong on that one. Alright, so let's go destroy that. That, and there's going to be another balloon, so we'll try and collect as much treasure as we can from that while it's here until the last airship shows up, and there we go. Oh, I want to get that blue one. Couldn't tell if that went up, but hey, there we go. We're all done with this segment. Well, that's convenient.
You have defeated all the airship. Very impressive.
Thank you, Eon. So, now that we're done with that, let's go grab some cheese, and hello! It is a Drow witch who fires razor discs at people. Yeah, nothing really too special. We're just gonna annihilate her immediately because Trigger Happy is just that good in the early game, because good lord. Though I will say Trigger Happy does struggle later on, but then again, every Skylander struggles later on in this game, because good lord, those last few levels. But we'll get to that when we get, we'll talk about that when we get there. Anyway, let's go destroy that little chompy over there. And there's going to be a couple more Drow witches that we can take out with Trigger Happy, so let's do that. Okay. There we go. Trigger Happy leveled up. And now he's finally level 2. Very nice. But before we drop down here, there is an undead zone, so I can reveal which undead Skylander I'm using in this Let's Play. Which is...
Shield at the ready.
Chop Chop!
On this
Funnily enough, he was the second Skylander I ever used. Now we can open this bad boy up, and Chop Chop is a very solid Skylander. He's very melee focused since he has his normal sword swipe, and he has a shield. So he can be a bit more defensive than other Skylanders as well. But his sword swipe is very solid and comes out very fast, unlike Ignite. Actually, no, Igniter is another Skylander who actually has a pretty solid attack speed. But yeah, all in all, Chop Chop is a very solid Skylander who is really good in this game. So let's go ahead and grab that treasure chest and all the stuff inside. Also, funnily enough, Chop Chop shield can even block certain obstacles. Like, never mind. I guess I can't do that in this version. I thought it could. I think it's only in the 360 version it can. So, oops, my bad for spreading misinformation. Good lord, those hurts. But anyway, let's make our way over here. There we go. The little falling noises are pretty funny. Let's go grab that key. We can make our way through here. Alright, just gotta be a little careful because these little blades do an annoying amount of damage. Nothing insane or anything like that, but just enough to be annoying. Or enough to the point where I don't want to get hit by them. So let's go open up this gate. And now there's one last thing that we gotta do, and that's avoid this giant stinking fan blade thing. Chop Chop has that perfectly cut scream for whenever he lands. It was just ah, and then stops. Gosh. Anyway, let's go open this up, and it's a propeller hat. No, thank you. That will definitely take away from the cool factor of Chop Chop. But anyway, let's get out of here, and I'm gonna probably stick around with him for a moment since I don't know. I don't want to immediately swap back to Trigger Happy just because I think he's been getting a bit too much screen time. I don't know, and he's level 2. Meanwhile, Chop Chop is only level 1. I want to try and get everyone to level 2 whenever I can. Anyway, let's go destroy that Drill Witch who just did not stand a chance, and get rid of that. There we go. Very easy. So let's make our way over here. Get inside of this turret. There we go. So now we're going to see that the undead Skylanders fire skulls, because of course they do. Funnily enough, they look rather similar to some of the skulls that the undead Skylander Hex throws at enemies. But unfortunately, actually these are still a little on the faster side. Faster than I think the life element ones, for sure. Because I swear the life element ones are the slowest projectile. Oh boy, my sensor bar is going a little haywire. Oh, yeah, and if we fire the one, we can get some more money right there. And I think there's a little graphical glitch right now because we're not seeing how much cash we're getting. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and destroy this warship. We got to aim for the top of it because if we aim for the body, I don't think we do damage. Not sure. I know that was what it's like in the 360 version, but hey, there we go. That was pretty simple. Awesome. All right, and we got 10 jewels as well. Heck yeah. Which, yeah, of course, it's going to be a little just like one of the green gems. Words. Anyway, over here, we're going to see an air spell punk. Protects other enemies from being shot. So you gotta be really careful. That is an actual nice animation in this game where you can actually tell which enemies are affected by it. It doesn't last too long, thankfully, so Skylanders that Trigger Happy and everything don't get completely just annihilated. But it's enough to worry about. To the point where you just want to take out those air spell punks as fast as possible. To be fair, though, these are going to be far from the last spell punks that we see. Good lord. Anyway, let's go over here and open up this treasure chest. There we go. Very nice. Got a lot of cash from that. Now that we're done with that, we can go back and grab that story scroll. Don't think I forgot about it. Trust me, I don't want to forget about stuff like this.
For as long as anyone can remember, Skylanders have been friends with fairies. Perhaps this is because fairies can turn treasure into a kind of upgrade magic that gives Skylanders exciting new powers and abilities, plus delightfully fresh breath.
That's quite nice. Alright, so now let's go down here. I'm gonna get my shield at the ready, just to be safe. Yep, there we go. So now we can just go ahead and wail on that guy. Thankfully, Chop Chop is also really good against projectile ones, but like projectile enemies. But unfortunately, we did take a couple hits there because I didn't bring out my shield in time. That and things are getting a little hectic. But there we go. That wasn't too bad. We just need to take down the Spell Punk, which the Spell Punks can't defend themselves. So, yeah, pretty simple to bring them down. But before we go into that elemental gate, we're going to go grab this soul gem since it belongs to the Skylander Sonic Boom. Now, Sonic Boom gets access to resonant frequency. Alrighty. And that was Sonic Boom. So now we have to go to this Earth Gate. And so I get to reveal the Earth Skylander I plan on using for this Let's Play, and that's going to be... Terrafin! I like Terrafin, he's fun. Then now we can go over here, and... then he's going to be able to activate this bridge. There we go. So Terrafin is another melee character, and he's pretty good. His melee attack does a good amount of damage, and he can burrow underground, where he's invincible for a short time, and can do a little belly flop. Which again, makes him really fun. I quite like Terrafin. He's always been like one of my favorites, especially personality-wise, in the later games, because he gets a lot of fun dialogue. And yeah, that's all I really have to say on him, honestly. He's rather simple, though he is very, very effective. So let's go up here and grab some extra cash, because this Earthstone is actually pretty nice with its cash. And now bounce up here. And so what we want to do is we want to actually fall down here, destroy this Chompy Pod, obviously, and then open this treasure chest up. There we go. All the treasure chests have been found in this level. Heck yeah. Trust me, some treasure chests are going to give out a lot more cash later on. And, oop, gotta be careful. One thing I really want to mention about this version compared to the 360 and PS3 version is that the bounce pads actually mostly work. Gosh dang it, I did not mean for that to happen. But yeah, the bounce pad physics in this game are a lot better compared to the 360 version. Because for some reason, they're really messy in that version. Also, those rocks actually hurt you in this version, in the Wii version, unlike in the original. I say original, unlike in the 360 version. Because what am I saying? This is the original version of the game. There we go. So now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and open up this treasure chest. Not treasure chest, this hat box, I mean. And we can get the Jester hat. I'm not going to equip it just because I think that would look rather silly on Terrafin. But anyway, we'll go ahead and leave this area. And now I think we only have a little bit left to go here. Yeah, and... oh, there's that fairy from earlier. Hello!
Hello, extremely! So much fun that the Skylanders are back. We fairies always dance with Skylanders. I am Persephone. Oh dear, not again, silly Drow. I'd best go back to the Core of Light. I will meet you there later for dancing. Happy luck, great Skylander.
Bye, Persephone. Alright, so now that we are done talking to Persephone, we're going to quickly go grab some food, since Terrafin took a little bit of damage earlier. And now I'm going to show you all how ridiculous Terrafin's damage output is. Yeah, he does 16 already and does 24. And he's only going to do even more damage as time goes on. Terrafin is a kind of a heavy hitter. On top of that, that ground pound does a good amount of damage too. Or like the, not ground pound, but the belly flop. But anyway, now we have the Goliath Drow. The Goliath Drow are meant to be heavy hitters. Oh wow, they're a lot faster in this version for sure. Oh, you know what? They might actually be decent in this version, but they still go down very, very fast because, good lord, Terrafin's damage output is way too much for them. So now we're done with that. Just gonna break some more of this stuff. See if we can get some extra cash for Terrafin. I doubt it though, but you never know. Gonna head up here, and there's gonna be another Goliath Drow alongside some of the Drow witches. So we're gonna take down that one. Wow, that did 52. Dang. Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and burrow underground. Not the he got out of our hitbox there. Okay, yeah, he actually did a decent amount of damage, but that's okay because, funnily enough, that's the last enemy encounter in this level outside of the ship segment. But we're not done yet. I say ship segment, the turret segments for later. Yeah, we're not done yet because if we head down here, this little drawbridge will extend. So that means we can go through here. Okay, I kind of lied. There's like one last chompy pod, but it doesn't really matter because of the chompy pod. Yeah. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll go through this teleporter. Now we can finally get the legendary treasure of this level. The Wild Runners. 150 gold this time. Yeah, I told you to give you 50 gold every level. Anyway, let's go ahead and make our way all the way over here. And now we are almost done. Legit, we just need to go up to that turret and we're set. Which is nice because, you know, I quite like this level. It's a nice, it's definitely a step up in difficulty compared to the second level, but it's also just nice. I like the aesthetics as well. I don't know, like the afternoon setting is always something I love in video games. Let's go ahead and get that ready. There we go. Now we need to destroy the heavy airship. Where are you? Also, the earth element fires rocks. Unfortunately, they are insanely slow rocks. So, yeah, the earth element are unfortunately, like, not really good for these segments. But I think they do a bit more damage than others, so, you never know. It might actually be the better option. But then again, I think tech is overall the best one, given how fast the rate of fire is. Wish I showed off air, but that can happen at a later date, I think. But there we go.
Elite airship you are looking for. Shoot it down.
All right, one last airship. Can I grab any of those gems? Nah, I can't. That's fine. Oh, actually, one of those actually hit. Wow, that's kind of funny. All right, so let's go deal with that. This shouldn't take too long because we do a good amount of damage to these. And to my knowledge, this might be some of the only turret segments in the game. I could be wrong, though, but I think they are. And there we go. And we got 2 jewels. Sweet. And now we can grab that the nice propeller. Though first of all, we are gonna break some of these crates around here just to see. Ooh, nice cash. All right, can I grab this stuff too before I end off this level? Yes, I can. All right, now let's finish this off.
Well, that's impressive. Almost as impressive as me. Boom! Well, now we should be able to fly even higher. Come on, let's get back so I can get to work. We'll slap this baby on, fly on up to the impenetrable stronghold, pick up the eternal air thingy, and then be back in time for my date with Callie. If she doesn't faint from anticipation first.
And there we go. All in all, that went really well. And then we got 2 stars as well. Heck yeah. Wow, we just need to clear it in under 8 minutes. And then we'll get the star. Let's get the final star. Nice.
Happy to dance in this old place. Here is bright and smooth, with many secret parties. We'll play here for a while time. Before you leave, I will help you. I will.
I can see you hit it off with Persephone. Strange girl, that one. Seems to be immune to my charms. Poor thing. Well, it's gonna take me some time to install this propeller, so why don't you cool your jets? Take a load off.
All right, so let's go talk to Persephone. Hello.
Hello, extremely once more. For extra enjoyment, I will help you with your play quest.
Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade Terrafin and get the brass knuckles. Which we barely have enough money for, good lord.
The magic is right inside you now. Even when you leave Skylands and turn back into a statue, the magic will be with you so you can play happy wherever you go. Forever you will dance with the new happy powers.
Unless you reset your Skylanders. But anyway, guys, that is where we're going to end off this episode of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Next time, we're going to go talk to Flynn and head over to the Stormy Stronghold. So, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day, guys. Bye!